up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is just going to be a short update on the Mark 7 and kind of some stuff that I'm planning on doing in the very near future and stuff that may be pushed into early 2026. I'm going to try to keep this one short. I don't want to take up too much of you guys' time. We're going to go through some of the stuff that I've done recently to the car, stuff that's on the way for the car, and all sorts of other little things and commentary and all that kind of stuff. I'm gonna try to, like I said, I'm gonna try to keep this one short because this is pretty much a filler video, and I don't want to do too many of these for you guys. I want to keep you guys with the entertaining stuff. I am planning on also doing a video on Volkswagen's Nürburgring efforts of the Nürburgring 24, and technically, I guess now that I've waited so long, the NLS Light event that just happened. So we're gonna go through that in a different video, but this one today is just about my car. So let's get into it. So as you guys saw the last few videos, I've been doing a handful of things. Gosh, these bugs are getting right in my face. I apologize, guys. As you guys saw the last few videos, I've been doing a lot of stuff to this car and doing a lot of like little baby things to it here and there. We did a fix on the car. We did the Mark 8 PCV retrofit, which I have nothing bad to say about. That is actually excellent. It's actually been performing very well on this thing. I haven't noticed any major issues. The car drives better than it ever has with this turbo on it, especially. I'm not getting as much lag. I'm getting a lot more drivability, a lot more comfort. It's not bucking around as much as it used to, which was something that apparently was caused by bad PCVs. I'm not getting, this horrendous whining sound when I turn the key off, like I used to get with the old PCV. It literally sounded like a balloon being like pulled apart when you're trying to let the air out and it squeaks, that kind of sound. So that was a huge win with the PCV. Unfortunately, my GFB blow-off valve did fail. I have no clue how, because of how I took it out of the car, and it disassembled itself because I took the wrong screws out and shot everywhere in the engine bay. Presumably, since it's been a week since that happened, all the parts are probably scattered about all throughout the county here. So unfortunately, no clue what happened to it. I have no clue where everything is. So there's that. I had to replace the electrical connector on the diverter valve, because part of the issue I was having why I was getting the circuit code after the GFB was replaced was, conveniently enough, the plug was broken by me when I swapped out the blow-off valve in the first place. So I ordered a new connector. I got a Volkswagen depinning tool, deep in the wire, installed the new connector, and everything is perfectly fine now with no problems on that front. So thankfully, everything related to the blow-off valve and the PCV system is fixed. So there's that. Once again, that is not the car's fault. That is my doing. Like, that is totally my fault, and I take full responsibility for it. So anyway, let's get into the stuff that's coming soon. We're going to talk about stuff that is pre-October. And the reason October is kind of the deadline for some of these is because that's when I'm getting married. And some of you probably knew that, some of you probably didn't. I'm getting married in October. Me and my soon-to-be wife are going to be going through a lot of changes. Both of us are going to be moving into a house for the first time together ever. I'm sure people are probably surprised by that, considering the day and age. But, that's just her belief system. She wants to wait until we're married to live together, and that's something I've respected. So that is one of the first things we're tackling, is trying to find a house. Preferably to rent in for now, because we're just trying to figure out what we want in a house before we commit to owning one long term. So that's our plan right now, we're working on. As well as trying to pay for the wedding and get that dealt with, which we're very close to doing. We've actually just paid off our photographer today, the day I'm filming this, so we are very much in the final stages. We're under 100 days to go now for the ceremony itself, so lots and lots of planning to go. So I definitely am going to be slowing down a lot more, but I do have two more things on the way for this car right now, and that is the APR charge pipes that I just picked up, and the PTP IS38 turbo blanket. Now, this car being on a hybrid turbo, you're probably saying, why did I get an IS38 based one? That is because, well, my hybrid turbo is based on the IS38. In theory, they have the same hot side, so it should just bolt up. It should just not bolt up, but fit on like normal. The charge pipes, you're probably wondering why I didn't get the EQT discharge pipes, and there's a couple of different reasons for that, but the main one is I am frustrated with EQT as a company. I don't want to make this video hit piece, so I'm not going to go too much into detail on it, other than I've been waiting since December for a revision on my tune. I emailed, several times over a course of a few months and just stopped emailing because it was obvious I wasn't getting anywhere. So I'm not happy with them, and I am trying to figure out what I'm doing in the tuning department, because I am planning on adding components to this car that will require a retune. I've bought map sensors months ago for this car that I haven't installed because of this. And of course, my intention with this car in 2026, possibly, or late 2025, is to go port injection, finally get the MPI kit installed. But that is a very expensive project, and that's why I haven't done it in so long, because it's, you know, going to cost me about $1,700-$1,800, probably more, including carbon cleaning, considering the car is right around 60,000 miles. And I would like to get that done before I do MPI, so that get a clean start, pun intended. So that's the thing that's going to be after the wedding. But one of the things that I am going to do before the wedding, now that I've got the charge pipes on the way, I'll have done the Mark 8 PCV, I'll have the turbo blanket on, I'll be in pretty good shape with this engine side stuff, is a downpipe. Now, I have the HPA catted downpipe on the car, and I've had it on for almost 3 years, and I love it. It's a great downpipe, it sounds pretty good, it's a 3-inch downpipe, so much better with stuff like the IS-20 and the IS-38. But once you kind of get to a hybrid, you start needing a bigger downpipe, and to free up, you know, some turbo lag, you know, free up some wastegate duty cycle. And that setup, that downpipe is choking this turbo up. Granted, my catback's not helping the equation either, but that's something to tackle later on in life. The main goal is going to be putting a 4-inch downpipe on this car, which I cannot do until I move out. So that is something that we'll wait until at least September or into October to have done, because, well, I won't be able to do it while I still live here, because I live in Admissions County, and, well, the cat is on the car for that very reason. So once I get out of this county and can get somewhere where there's a lot more leeway with what kind of exhaust setups I can run and what kind of tunes I can run, I'll probably handle that then and switch to the catless downpipe and, you know, go 4-inch with track slag, more than likely being my choice. The ARM one looks pretty good, the 4.5-inch, but my friends and I have been looking at it, and we're really concerned about the flow at the outlet of the downpipe into the catback setup. Neither of us are really, none of us, not to say neither of us, there's more than just me and one friend that have looked at this. None of us are really like too impressed with how hard it bottlenecks at the very end, right where it connects to the exhaust. So that's why I'm still going to go with track slag. It's the old reliable, so many cars run it, and that's my plan on that front. That is definitely something that's becoming, though, at least at the end of August, if not into September, if not even at the latest October itself. So that is kind of the main plan for the car, is just to get those things dealt with first. Get, you know, the charge pipes done, get the downpipe swapped out. I don't know what I'm going to do with the old one just yet. Probably will hold on to it, if not try to find someone to sell it to that, you know, needs one. I'm sure there are probably people out there that are looking to go stage 2 tunes on their IS-20s that want those, you know, upgraded downpipes. So it might be worth an option. If anyone is looking for one here in a few months, I'll probably have one. Next thing, I blanked on what I was going to say at first. Like I said, MPI, that's the thing. I'm probably going to go the Precision Raceworks kit. Theirs is very expensive, but I think it will be the one that makes this car the happiest. So that's the one I'm going to go with. EQT, I know, sells their own kit, but like I said, I'm really just kerfuffled with them right now. And you know, I'm trying to think of a funny phrase to say, but I can't think of it. You know, my opinion on them is still good. Like, they're still a good company, and when, you know, their tuning is done, it's done really well. But unfortunately, they don't seem to be too interested in working with me anymore. So if I had to assume, I'm hoping it's just a really weird communication mix-up, and that's why they haven't responded to me at all in 8 months now that I've been waiting. But, you know, that is what it is. So yeah, the main things, the main bullet points, I guess, just the TLDR of this whole video. Charge pipes are on the way. We've done the Mark 8 PCV, got the diverter valve back in, the OEM diverter valve, which the car drives, you know, the same as it did. It just doesn't make the cool choo-choo noise anymore. We're going to do MPI and a carbon cleaning probably at the end of this year, if not early next year, once I get everything figured out, because that is going to be an expensive job, because I'm not going to do it myself. That is one thing that I've always said I will not do myself, is a carbon clean. I know it can be done, but I've seen so many people mess it up, and these are people that are a lot more mechanically inclined than I am, and I messed up doing a blow-off valve install, so I don't even want to know how bad I'd mess up a carbon cleaning and stuff like that. So I'm going to let a professional handle that and probably install the MPI while they've got the manifold apart. And, you know, that way I don't mess up the wiring, I don't mess up the manifold, I don't mess up the valves trying to do a carbon cleaning. Everything is done by professionals, and it'll be handled appropriately. So that's my plan. That's why it's going to probably cost, you know, a lot of money in terms of parts and labor, but I think it'll be worth it in the end. And I know a handful of people that are willing to do it, so that are, you know, VW certified techs. So plenty of people to use as resources to get that installed. Catless downpipe will probably be before that, but after everything else. So more than likely, the earliest I'll have the track slag in in late August, because my birthday is when my missions are due, and that's in mid-August. If not into September or October, depending on how finances look with trying to find a home. But thank you guys for supporting the channel, supporting the car, supporting me. I've got a lot of stuff in store between this. I've got a lot of people lined up for feature films that I need to schedule and get with these owners. A handful you guys might know here on the internet. MK7 John, who is a very popular TikTok creator who does some YouTube stuff as well, is interested in coming all the way out here to do it at some point in the future. We've got a guy lined up with a Mark 1 VR6 Turbo, who happens to be one of the people I was talking about that does mechanic work. I've got a friend who hasn't necessarily wanted to schedule one, but has a Vortex XL, soon to be going to 3076 Mark 7 GTI manual that I think would be really fun. And I've got all sorts of other friends with VWs and Audis that are interested in getting into the feature film stuff on the channel. So there's definitely gonna be more of those coming soon as well. As I'm gonna start trying to do more like covering VW news kind of things, kind of like I did with the Mark 8.5 reveal. The next one is definitely going to be coming very soon. That's going to be on their Nürburgring efforts recently. So there we go. That's just kind of the gist of the video, just a TLDR for you guys. All the stuff on the way for the car, as well as, you know, stuff for the future of the channel. And obviously, you know, in October, my uploads are going to be very, very rare because of the wedding, because of the honeymoon and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to try to film some little stuff during the honeymoon, more than likely, you know, a fun video of taking my, at that point, wife on Tail of the Dragon, because that is on our radar. So this car will be on the Dragon during that time with some just married flags flying on the windows. So it should be kind of fun. But thank you guys for watching and supporting me. I'll see you guys later. Have a great day.